On this episode, Ben buys another car with an engine conversion.
It transpires that it's not standard. It has got a... Morning guys, it's me. We're back again. Back for another. This is the third video I filmed this weekend. You are being spoiled, I tell you. I was going to do this one in the office. However, I have ended up now needing to drive to Doncaster this morning. Strap you guys in and we'll have a little bit of a chat. I've got a bit of a different video today. So I've made a couple of references, as you will have seen on, if you've been watching all the videos, you'd have seen that I've been mentioning a new project for the channel, and there's a reason for it. And before I tell you about it, I think I need to tell you why this car, because there's going to be, I think there's probably going to be a lot of people that are going to go, what the hell, unsubscribe. I don't doubt for a second that a lot of you are petrol heads, and you have to ask yourself, what was it, what car was it that got you into cars and made you be into cars, right? Well, mine was one of these. So when I was a kid, we had two of these cars sat on our driveway. Back in like 95, 96, so I was probably about 10, 11. My mum had one of these cars that I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. You've got to stick around to find out. We ended up having two of these. I can remember the regs as well. G303DHP and J609FGN. I can also remember like my telephone number from when I was there. Dude, how do I know that stuff? I can't even remember what I had for dinner last night. Like, I don't understand how these things work. About 3 years ago, well, it was 3 years ago, a lady moved in down the road, and it's actually on my walk where I take Malcolm. I take Malcolm every day, goes on this little walk. I walked past this car. Now this car got delivered, when the lady moved in, it got delivered on the back of a recovery truck and parked up, and it has not moved since. And over the years, over these 3 years, it's slowly sinking into the tarmac, and it's developed a layer of like moss has grown all over it. It's covered in like mildew and moss, and it just is, it's really sad. And I have to walk past it every day. I've also noticed that it has a couple of little, what look like aftermarket gauges in it. Because on the back of it, it's badged as a 1.8. And I thought, I wonder if that is has had something done to it. I knocked on the door anyway a couple of years ago, and I was like, would you be interested in selling it? And the lady said, no. Fair enough. So about a year later, I was like, still hasn't moved. Don't want to sell it, do you? As you'll know, I'm approaching a big milestone birthday imminently, and long and the short of it is we've approached the owner one last time to see if she would be prepared to sell it to me. Well, this time she said, look, I have thought about it, and I think now is the right time. I am ready to sell it. So unfortunately it's in a little bit of a worse state now than it was back then. So I kind of need to tell you a little bit about this the manufacturer. I will tell you this, it's made by Vauxhall. So get your guesses in now. What do you think it is? I don't like Vauxhalls. I'm really not a fan of them. Certainly modern stuff. Now, I've only ever owned one Vauxhall myself, and that was a Vectra GSI back in about 2003. I had a Vectra GSI. I really liked it. It had a lot of character. I love the engine. I love a V6, especially when they're tuned well. If you've got some decent cams in them, they sound incredible. Really great engines. I don't like the newer stuff. I don't like the GSIs, VXRs. I'm not into them. I kind of went down the Ford route. I have had quite a few fast Fords. One of those was probably my favourite car I've ever owned, and there wasn't a lot that was standard on it, but I had a Focus ST track car, and it was incredible. Here's some footage of me at Donington. Now listen to this engine. This 5-pot engine is absolutely sublime. It was so fast, it was set up well, it was a great car, absolutely brilliant car. If you see it anywhere, the reg of that was ET0700J. If you see it, I'll buy it back. Long and the short of it is, this lady has agreed. She said to me, make me an offer. I have made her an offer, and she has subsequently accepted. She's happy, I'm happy. Now the plan is with this one, I don't want it to be sat there for a long time. I want to basically bring it back to life, get it going, get it MOT'd. Sophie, bless her, she said to me she hasn't got the time, she hasn't got the money to sort it out. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it on the channel, and we're gonna do it quickly. It's gonna be turned around and sold on to its forever home very quickly. So here you go, guys. Here's the car. Okay, so we're here. This is it. I mean, as you can see, brakes are absolutely shot. There's no way those brakes are going to clean up. The other thing I noticed so I've given it a good old walk round, is that is a three fingers on that side, no dirty jokes, and this is a one finger. So I think that I'm pretty sure that spring is snapped on that side. I haven't really been able to have a little look. However, this is the other thing I spotted when I did my walk round. My hand went through it. That's all going to be fun and games, isn't it? It's quite wet in here. This side's okay, but yeah. So, this is the thing, right? So as I told you, I have walked past this thing for the last 3 years. The lady, Sophie, bless her, she moved in about 3 years ago, and this got dumped by a recovery truck here, and it hasn't moved since. Now, as I've walked past with Malcolm every day, I walk past this car, I also spotted these. So just a couple of little touches or a little bit of something to indicate that it might not be standard. So I was always a little bit like, kind of want to know more information. And ultimately, well, that's broken as well. I'll have to fix that. So ultimately, it transpires that it's not standard. It has got a the Vauxhall 2.5 V6 engine out of the Cavalier, not the Vectra one, the Cavalier one. But it's all been carried out. It was all fully running. It's got the ECU change as well, so it's fully, like, properly been done, properly. So this is it. This just reminds me of my childhood. The steering wheel, all these clocks, everything. All of this is literally my childhood. Now, as you can see, there's quite a lot of mould and stuff in here. It has been sat, and I mean, look at the moisture on the back window. We've got drops. I don't want to touch that. I might get a bowler. But there's also, look at this. It comes with this folder. Now, this is what we like, don't we? This is what we like to see. She's just given me this. So we've got pictures of it, look. So you can tell it's been loved. Pictures of the car. It looks blue there, doesn't it? But pictures of it with the Lancaster, which is based not far from here. Reams of paperwork. The old ECU of an old ripped up V5. It's got full service history until it obviously sat here. But the long and the short of it is, I couldn't deal with this sitting here rotting on the driveway anymore. And bless her, she was really open and honest with me. She said, I just haven't got the time or the money to sort it. We've got some crazy stuff growing in here. So we're taking it on. I'm going to take it on for the channel. It hasn't started in 3 years, right? It literally has not run in 3 years. Now, the one thing I was worried about was if it was seized. Now, a big buying point for me for this is because it's got the V6, and I love a V6. V6s sound class. Now, I wanted to make sure it wasn't seized. So I did come round with Lenny, brought some tools, and I've turned the engine over on the crank. So I literally got a socket onto the crank and I've turned it over. And I can confirm that the engine is not seized. So the engine does turn over, which is what we wanted. Look, heated seats, the height of luxury. So what do you think of that then? There's my Cavalier. So I've just purchased that Cavalier. So I did end up in the office. I am Ben, I'm the editing Ben. This is like Inception, like a dream in a dream. So this is where all my videos get produced. So every video you've ever watched get produced on here. And that bit you've just seen, which is called SMPTE bars, that's literally, look, you can watch it. It's like a dream in a dream. Watch. Yeah, so I've just purchased that Cavalier. So there you go, that's where we're up to right now. Now the reason is, if you look at me here, you can't really see me because the sun's in it, and I didn't notice that. So I didn't notice until I've now got here editing. So it gets even worse than this. I've scrapped all of that footage that I recorded on the way to Doncaster. So I'm not going to do it from here. So I'm kind of interested in what you think. I know that there's going to be a lot of people that are going to like switch off and be not interested. And that's fine, I'm sorry about that. But Cavaliers kind of mean something to me. It was kind of what Cavalier SRI, 2-litre SRI is what got me into cars and what made me genuinely love them. I've also got some shout outs that have come through since I recorded that. So here's your shout out. So big shout out to Sam Preston from Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland. John at JJS, he gave me a call. He was a sound bloke, so big shout out to him. He was like, keep doing what you're doing. He said, I've got to work on my accents, maybe do a Scouse one. I don't know about that. Hey mate. Rodders, he's asked for a shout out. A guy called Aidan, the Tin Man, because he's full of metal. He's got so much metal in his body. A big shout out to a mate of mine called Sam and his little baby Oliver, who he sent me this picture in. They watched the channel on a Sunday, and apparently I am sending his baby to sleep. So sorry about, well, it's good for him, I suppose. So this is the office. This is where all the videos get produced, get made. This is where all the merch gets done. There's our new, so if you look at these new mugs, well, there's the mugs all ready to go out. So all of these are ready to be shipped when you want them. And here are our new tumblers. These are really good. Good for keeping your drinks hot and cold. So if you want one of them, let me know. Let me know and I'll sort you out. I'm not going to kick the ass out of this Cavalier. Once we get into the unit, I'm going to stick it in there, change the brakes, change the spring and get it out the door. I had a decent job with Lenny the other day, so as a result I've treated him. That's why I was driving to Doncaster. So here's a picture before, and this is what it looks like now. All nice and shiny. It's now got a beacon on the top, so I know a lot of you will be laughing about it because you all said you'll keep it. And I was like, no, I'm not. It's actually going in on the, it's going in 5th of Feb. It's going in to have all the belts done and an uprated oil pump, and I think I might be keeping it. I love it. I just love that car. So thank you for your support, guys. Thanks for watching. I genuinely blown away by your support. Bit of a different video today. There is a big video coming on Friday, so you'll hopefully be watching this midweek. It's just a bit of a quick update, but the video for Friday is already uploaded to YouTube and it's ready to go. It's really good. 2 recoveries with Charlie. It was good fun. It was good fun to film. We had a good laugh. I laughed editing it. I am funny. Right, thanks guys. Thanks for watching. Look after yourselves. Take care. Be nice. Be kind. Be happy. I'll see you on the next one. Much love.
Before you leave, what you give, you get to